Hey, what's up guys? Gemini back with another video. Today to talk about we're going to look at self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior. Hey, what's up guys? Gemini back with another video. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Make sure you hit me up on Facebook, Gemini Flair, and also you guys can hit me on Twitter at Gemini888. Although Twitter, I'll tell you what, it's becoming a little bit of nonsense these days, especially with little trolls who like to egg you on and stuff and try to get the best of you and accuse you of stuff you didn't do. So Twitter's a little sketchy right now. And you know, I'm gonna keep my Twitter open, but don't expect me to be really active on Twitter unless it's during live pay-per-views or sporting events or something like that. Facebook's where it's at. Facebook is all my friends on there, and that's where we bullshit and have a good time. And if you sent me a message on Facebook today, I will get back to you. Okay, what we're gonna do in this video, we're gonna take a look at the Bobby the Brain Heenan DVD. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't title this Bobby Heenan DVD review, it's because I didn't want nobody to see the video. And here's the thing on YouTube, if you put up a DVD review about an old wrestler, none of the kids are going to watch it today. No one's going to feel it because it's an old wrestler. Everything today in the WWE is about Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, John Cena, Randy Orton, you know, Evolution, Triple H. Everything's about current stuff, especially wrestlers like Roman Reigns and stuff like that. So if you put up a DVD review about an old wrestler, which is my passion, you barely get anyone to watch. So that's why it says, you know, review about a kick-ass wrestler. You know, and that's Bobby the Brain Heenan. And just to talk about this DVD, it was short. The doc was very short, and Bobby didn't participate in it because of his poor health. But I will tell you guys this: it was cool to see Arn Anderson and the other legends on here pay tribute to Bobby the Brain Heenan, or as Paul Heyman calls him, the Johnny Carson of the WWE. This DVD was also great because of the footage that him and Gorilla Monsoon, the friendship that those two had, was just unbreakable. And I actually had no idea until I watched this about what good friends him and Gorilla were. It tells you inside stories about how he was wrestling, I believe, in Chicago, and a gunman opened fire and tried to shoot him in the ring because he had so much heat. You know, I don't think people will forget Weasel, 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 Weasel. You know, he would really sell it. But more so than that, Bobby Heenan is an inspiration to me. Bobby Heenan is a special person to me. Bobby Heenan is a guy who I look up to. Bobby Heenan is a guy who I would want to be like if I was in the wrestling business. I mean, this guy to me, I don't think that there was one tape, one DVD, one event, one Coliseum video where Bobby Heenan came on and I was like, oh, this sucks. I mean, Bobby just made things better by just his presence there and his commentary work. You know, Bobby just had a knack for making wrestling cooler than it was, making the wrestlers cooler than they were, and he was just so funny on his commentary with Gorilla Monsoon, especially at the Royal Rumble '92, you know, overselling for Flair and stuff. I mean, Bobby was really, really special. He was, and he was the manager of champions. Bobby Heenan managed Andre the Giant in the Silverdome at WrestleMania in front of 95,000 people against Hulk Hogan. You know, Bobby Heenan was my absolute hero in wrestling. I'm a huge fan of Bobby the Brain Heenan. I'm a huge fan of this DVD. Gives you a taste of Bobby the Brain Heenan, but it doesn't give you all of it. Now, what I would have liked and obviously he couldn't do it because his health is bad. But what I would have liked was, and this is going to sound crazy, a 3-hour doc with more manager profiles of some of the stuff he did in the ring. Bobby the Brain Heenan managed managed Rick Rude when they beat the Ultimate Warrior, and at WrestleMania, Bobby the Brain Heenan managed Mr. Perfect when he was the Intercontinental Champion. Bobby the Brain Heenan is everything to me that makes me a wrestling fan. Inspiration, a hero. This is one of my prized DVDs, whether it's short or not short. It's he was just a special guy. I mean, I can't put it any other way. But this DVD also shows some of the stuff that he went through with Brian Pillman in January of '96 at the Clash of Champions when he dropped the F-bomb on live TV. You know, his wife participates in this and talks about how unprofessional they were at WCW. You know, and how bad they treated him and some of the problems that him and Tony Schiavone had. Like, see, when him and Tony started in WCW in '94, they were really, really good friends. And him and Tony would get along on the commentary really well and really joke with each other, and it was cool. But by about '99, 2000, Schiavone and the Brain got sick of each other. And Schiavone kind of started being a prick to Heenan on live air and stuff. And, you know, Bobby Heenan would always sell his voice, you know, and then Schiavone would start making fun of him in his later days in WCW in '99. And so things like fell apart in WCW for Bobby, and he talks about how unprofessional they were and stuff. You know, but that's the lame stuff. The good stuff was the WWF days, you know, managing the Islanders and Hercules and King Kong Bundy. And I mean, he managed a who's who of wrestling. And that's one of the things that is implemented on this DVD. And he managed the Brainbusters to the tag team titles in 1989. They beat Demolition, a very good Demolition team, in '89 on Saturday Night's Main Event. This also has his Hall of Fame speech in 2004, which was great. You know, some footage from Tuesday Night Titans, Primetime Wrestling. Now, if Primetime Wrestling was on the WWE Network, that would be really sweet. I love this man. I mean, no gayness involved. I just really love and look up to Bobby the Brain, and it's really sad that Bobby the Brain is not in better health and stuff. I wish he was in better health. I do not want Bobby the Brain to die. I mean, obviously I don't want any wrestlers to die, but I don't want Bobby Heenan to die because I have Bobby Heenan to thank for me becoming a wrestling fan and falling in love with this great sport. He just, when he would talk, I swear, he would just make me more into it. He would make me, like, just think. He would, it's hard to explain, but when he would talk and stuff, I would almost want the wrestler that he was cheering for to win the match, just so I could hear him get excited. So, if I could unzip myself and step into anyone else's body and be anyone else, it would be Bobby the Brain Heenan. I mean, this man is just everything to me. He's my all-time favorite manager, and he was so good. You know, he was just so good. He's sick, and he's not well with his health at all. And I know it's, like I said earlier, I know it's not Roman Reigns, and I know it's not Dean Ambrose, and I know that this guy doesn't get a lot of mentions on WWE, you know, nowadays, and I know that this video is probably going to fall flat on its face, and maybe 100 people will watch this, but you old schoolers who were there with me, you know how special this man was, and you know how much the wrestling fans adore and love Bobby the Brain Heenan. You know, calling the big match, you know, Goldberg won the belt, and his rivalry with Hulk Hogan, and just everything. I mean, Bobby Heenan, to me, is the icon of wrestling, and like I said, if I could unzip myself and step in anyone else's body, it would be Bobby the Brain Heenan. I look up to this guy. He's my hero. He's my inspiration in wrestling. I love this man. I love everything he's done in wrestling. He's got a great family. You know, he's got a special relationship with Mean Gene Okerlund. He just... he made it better. And this 2-disc DVD made wrestling better, and he made everything around him better. You know, he started in the wrestling business in Chicago because his mom and his grandma were sick, and he needed a job. You know, so he went into wrestling just to take care of his mom and his grandma. You know, he cut his teeth in the AWA, managing Nick Bockwinkel. I mean, he managed everybody. He was a who's who in wrestling. King Kong Bundy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could go on for all day, but he was my hero. He was my inspiration, and I love this man. And I hate to see the way he is now, but you know what, kiddos? There's a lot of, let's face it, guys, YouTube has a lot of young kiddos on here, and we're crazy about Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns and John Cena, Randy Orton, you know, Batista. We're crazy about the current guys, but you guys have to believe me, if you're going to pick up a DVD about one of my heroes when I was a kid, it would be Bobby the Brain Heenan, just the manager of champions, the man who made things better. Great DVD, just the only knock is it's short. So we'll go ahead and wrap this, and I'll just say I love Bobby Heenan, man. If I could meet anyone, if I could do anything, it would be to just be around this guy, just listen to his words, just listen to what he has to say. And I know that the young kids are like, you're gay for Bobby Heenan or something stupid like that. It's not about being gay. It's just about admiring someone from a distance and having so much respect for a man and such a cool guy and such respect. So we'll wrap this, and I just say I love Bobby the Brain. I hope you guys enjoyed the hell out of this, and I hope if you're surfing on Amazon for that new DVD, you stop by just so you can just see what a great man this guy was. Jesus, I'm getting choked up just listening to this. Bobby the Brain, man, I'm telling you, views or no views, this guy was it to me. I'm Gemini. Thank you so much. Peace. Bye-bye, Bobby. I hope he doesn't die, guys. I don't want Bobby to die. I don't want any wrestlers to die, but especially Bobby. Love you guys.